My friend Shannon just dropped off some coarse sea salt and a big bag of grape leaves. I'm going to pickle them. The coarse sea salt is like maybe a little too coarse. Maybe. I might blend this. I decided not to blend the coarse sea salt and just try it like this and see how it turns out. I think it should be fine. Since some of these leaves are attached to the vine, I pick them and then I lay them down in my Turkish round pan that I have. And on top of each leaf, I need to cover it with sea salt and then stack another leaf. Something else I need to show you is see how there's some stems. I normally pick those off before I stack them. It's better. You want to try to choose leaves that are about the same size and the same stack because you want to make them kind of uniform when you're making the sarma or dolma. It was better to make this with a friend so they can help you out and it's not just one person. So these leaves we don't wash before we pickle them, but this one has bird poop on it, so I'm not inclined to put this in the stack. So this little stack is about as thick as I want it to be because I'm going to roll it up and stick it in the jar. And then this one, these leaves are really big. The big leaves we use for the vegetarian sarma, and the smaller leaves we use for the beef or the meat sarma.
You'll see. I'm a camera shy.
These ones are the good one because they're really nice and tender and they're perfect for the beef or the meat sarma.
Yes.
See, there's a little bug. And so you don't want to pickle these guys, right? We want to move them out of the way. And see, this is our progress so far. We're working. As you can see, my tray is getting kind of full, so I'm going to want to start to roll these up and put these in the pickling jar. So this is how I'm doing it. So I've stuffed about 3 different wads of the leaves in, and I'm just adding a little bit more of the salt. This one's a little sick. He's not going to. So as you can see, I have a little bug in my jar, and so I need to take him out because we don't want to really pickle a live little creature. Looks like I might be. I think I'm going to add one more stack of leaves to this jar so it's really full. Ugh, so many bugs. That's good. It means it's healthy. So this is what my table looks so far. I have 1 jar done. I have a half jar. I have some stacks going, and we have some of those done. I'm going to eat a couple hard-boiled eggs real quick. It's my breakfast at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But yeah, this is awesome. My delicious egg sandwich break. Yum. And I made myself some Turkish coffee. And that's chocolate milk with that I made. And some ice. I think as soon as I finish the sandwich and drink some of the coffee, or the mocha, back to pickling. I want to talk about these jars a little bit. I saved them, I purchased grape leaves that were pickled already, and they came in these jars, and I saved them. I always try to reuse nice jars, and these are great because they have a big open mouth, and it's kind of hard to stick your hand in there and take the leaves out if they're not big, and put them in. So my mother-in-law, she'd normally have me pickle these, stack them in the jar, and then we'd let the jars sit out for a day or 2 outside. This is my first time doing it in the US, and when I've done it in Turkey, the weather's been extremely hot, and the leaves started to wilt in the jar. They'd wilt and kind of give off water in the jar before we stuck them in the fridge, but she didn't want them to get too much before they were put in the fridge, I'm going to show you my pickled leaves from a little bit over a year ago from Turkey, and I keep them in the back of my fridge. As you can see, if you can see over here, there's liquid, but these are a little over a year old, and I need to finish using them. But as time passes and the longer these guys stay in the fridge, a little bit more liquid builds up. So that's why our jars look so different right now. The salt pulls the moisture from the leaves and really pickles them over time. And that's good because you kind of want your leaves a little salty and cured. As you can see, I still have my little smaller, better for beef leaves, and then I have my bigger, better for the vegetarian leaves. It's time to clean up some of the junk because I just want more room on my table. Like, those are kind of old leaves, so I'm going to throw them away. As you can see, I threw away the garbage branches and the trash. I have 2 jars pickled. Super sweet because I'm probably going to give one of those to Shannon, one of those to his friend, and then let's see how many more jars I can make out of the rest of this bag. It's awesome. I think I'm going to put these jars on the windowsill because I kind of want them in the sun, which seems strange, but it works. Okay, I'm going to take a break from filming and just try to like hammer these out, finish it up. I'll show you the progress later. Peace. My progress is I take the stems off of the leaves and I stack them here before I start to salt and stack them. And I have 4 jars done. Victory is mine. I just finished the bag. See over there all my jars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I used almost a whole package. I almost used a whole package of salt. I don't want to put dirty salt back in, but I think this is okay. I'll save it. Most of the salt is pretty dirty. You can't see here. It kind of looks gray because there's dirt from the leaves. I'm going to throw that all out. It's nasty. So there's the rest of my salt in the open box. I put the unopened box back in my cabinet in my little area. Time to clean up. This feels like a pretty great accomplishment because for one of these jars at the store, it costs about $5, but these taste much better than store-bought. The jars were all reused. The salt for this whole thing cost $1, and I got the leaves for free. So that's awesome. Additionally, I can say like maybe it took me like an hour and a half of work to do all of this, which is pretty awesome. So I'm doing this again. The big question is, can I get more free leaves from somebody who has an organic vineyard, and how will these actually taste compared to Turkish ones? Let's see how these bad boys pickle up. I wonder how they'll do sitting out. I'm going to leave them sitting out at least through tomorrow, and then I'll refrigerate them.